Hi, this is Dan Din here, and I'm going to be going over the TSM versus C9 match. There are several factors on why the fight turned out the way it did. First off, the Baron call. TSM saw Draven recalling on top of a ward, and TSM had already had the Baron pit cleared of wards. As a matter of fact, if you look at the minimap, you can tell that C9 had no idea that TSM wanted to do Baron. You can tell this by Medias moving to the right, not turning back until Reggie tripped on the ward on the left side of mid-river. As soon as he did trip the ward, however, Medias moves to the left immediately to drop a ward into Baron Pit, and then Lulu comes right after, dropping another ward. So an interesting thought here is that Lulu actually help picks onto Reggie, giving vision in Baron Pit well after the ward dies. TSM holds damage on Baron to guarantee that Medias cannot steal the Baron and they can get a successful smite off. Alright, so here's the real interesting part. The stall on Baron actually made it so TSM took extra damage. It also let the other team get there to counterfight TSM. And then when Zac actually jumps in to try and steal Baron, it split TSM apart. What that does is, even when TSM moves out of the Baron pit, they're going to be a little scattered. Alright, so this is where TSM screws up real hard. So they're backing out of the Baron pit, and instead of moving back to the choke near blue buff, they actually turn around and try and fight, being 1, low on hit point, 2, being scattered and not really having full vision. If you can imagine if C9 was slightly more clustered, if Reggie can hit more than just Draven with his shockwave, and if Easy hit his ult at all, that would have been an easy victory for TSM. Instead, that came off as a pretty bad trade for TSM. They lost 3 people, and they lost Inhibitor, losing a lot of pressure throughout the map. At this point in the game, C9 and TSM is incredibly close. If you look at the gold count, it's 44.5k to 45.2k, a difference of just 700 gold. And really, whoever wins this next big fight is basically in position to win the game. So in this fight, we have Medias as Zac engaging onto TSM. What TSM wants to do is they want to kite, regroup back at mid lane. So the strategy for TSM right here is to have the command protect, go onto Elise, have her repel into C9, and have that shockwave group them up, follow up by a Sonar ult, and have Renekton slice and dice back in, and just have all that AoE just crush the enemy. However, Elise repelled before the command protect went on her, so the ball didn't teleport in between the enemy, so they couldn't follow up with that shockwave crescendo combo. So Elise ended up getting insta-gipped, and Orianna ult wasn't able to land optimally, and C9 won that fight, and in turn able to pick up Baron and exerting a lot more pressure throughout the map.
The health bar is so low on Cloud9, except the balls.
The key sign of a very well-played team fight is when everyone on your team comes out blinking red. Oh. Look at Cloud9, they're all low. Actually, Lemon not blinking anymore, he's gray.
I is going to say hello to Wild Turtle, but